What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Hologram. I want to go over some of the data points, break it down on what just came out from Hologram itself, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So it is pulling back down 13.69%. Couple different attributing factors. One is simply the fact that what really caused it to go up was MLGO, they're pulling back. So it's obviously correlated with that, but there was actually some stuff that did come out specific to Hologram that is more of a red flag. So again, you kind of have both things really hitting Hologram. What did come out though was something that I've been really warning individuals over, and that was a potential another reverse stock split. So I know I've come off as a big bear, and I don't mean to do that. I'm just wanting to educate people as best as possible. Even looking back over previous reverse stock splits, I did accurately predict both. So you guys can always go back to my previous videos, and I'm not doing it again just to get people to sell or anything, but just to educate. And so even before this one was announced, I did state in Q1 you are going to be doing a reverse stock split, and lo and behold, we're pretty much there. So in case you do not know, there was this form that was submitted this morning at 9 a.m., a 6K. And so at the same time, it is kind of comical, the fact that this news did stop on February the 20th. So like I've stated very, very clearly, they have been doing PR blitzes to avoid a reverse stock split. And this 1,000,000,000% does prove that. But anyways, getting back to it, so they do have this. The meeting is going to be held on March the 24th. There's going to be two proposed items. First one is a reverse stock split. And so they did actually tone it down a little bit. So the last shareholder meeting was overly, the verbiage that they used was just insane. So this is ultimately a 40-to-1 reverse stock split. And then as well, this does affect the everything. So the outstanding share account, authorized share account as well. And that's what this kind of description is. But point number two is to raise the authorized share account. So after it does get cut, for them to re-raise it. So ultimately they can continue to dilute, and the reasoning is because of all those notes. A lot of people have argued with me in the comments saying that nope, there is no dilution. This and this right here proves it. Very, very much proves it. And honestly, it's just going to be their upcoming earnings in roughly around probably 2 months, and then that will be giving a update on the outstanding share count at the time. But once again, this isn't all that great. So if we kind of just go back over here for a second, so based on NASDAQ rulings, and there's a couple pending updates to this, but essentially if a company is over a 1 to 250 ratio within a 2-year time span, then that means they going forward will not be entitled to any extensions. So by them doing a 1 for 40, that does ultimately mean they will be over that. So after they do the third reverse stock split, let's say they get back into the $1 territory, then it ultimately will just be kicked off if they are deficient again in the foreseeable future. So hopefully that made sense. I've brought this up in the past and why they did a 1 for 20, but in my opinion, unless they actually do something of substance with that money. So last update, they had 237 million in cash equivalents, I do believe, that they were planning on obviously doing some stuff with. Like, if they don't do something fast to offset all this dilution, they're going to be doing a fourth reverse stock split, most likely by probably end of Q3, if not early Q4. That's just my prediction, of course, but then again, my predictions have been pretty much exactly on point. So let me know your thoughts on Hologram. I think, like I said, over the weekend, there was a lot of good momentum behind it. And you can even see based on the pre-market, it did show some signs that it wanted to go out higher. So it did have a high of $1.90, but unfortunately, with them submitting that news about the whole reverse stock split and also with MLGO pulling back, you have this type of scenario. So let me know your thoughts on hologram. So far today, the low is $1.17, high of $1.50. So not that much buying going on. Only one transaction occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. Shorts are showing that they're increasing 830,000 shares. So increasing about 15% of the overall shares today. So pretty substantial stuff. 34.42% of the free float is being shorted. Does work out to be 7.04 million shares overall being shorted. So let me know your thoughts on hologram. My video that I did put out over the weekend did point out the fact that on Friday you had record high numbers of money getting in through options. So right now 197,000 in calls, 13,000 in puts. 52% of all the options being done today are bullish in nature, but given shorts and then how much they're increasing today, it is fair to assume that they are hedging. Just to give you a good representation, so far today 212,000 in total premiums, and then on Friday was 801,000. So the all-time high for obviously hologram. But of the call options that are being purchased, you see a consensus for it to be roughly around that $2 range. And this is, again, if we kind of analyze this, this is a very good indication that shorts are hedging, because they always choose the closest strike price, and $2 is the closest strike price to them right now. So this is again them hedging. And then for the bears, they are anticipating for it to be sub $1. So let me know your general thoughts on hologram. This is a very quick update on the shareholder meeting and everything else. So let me know your viewpoint on all that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, if you're looking for some good buy signals, pop over to my Patreon and get buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.